Welcome to Alchemy Avenue, where we transform in real time, trust the vibe, and grow on purpose. This isn't just a podcast, it's a movement, a reminder that you don't need fixing, just unlocking. Around here, we laugh, we build, we heal, and we elevate, all powered by that deep inner knowing that says, this is exactly where I'm meant to be. You were made for this version of you, so let's expand, let's enjoy it, and let's keep becoming who we already are. Tap in. This is Alchemy Avenue. All right, welcome back. This is another wonderful and amazing episode of Alchemy Avenue. I'm here. Glad you're here to go ahead and keep building. So let's get to it today. Today we're going to start with you are the frequency you've been looking for. You are the frequency you have been looking for. You've been searching. We've been searching, seeking clarity, looking for signs, maybe from a mentor, maybe from a group, maybe from the world. But what if the very thing we've been looking for has always been us at the end? In this episode, we're not reaching outside ourselves. We're not waiting for someone to choose us. We're remembering that we are the frequency and everything changes when we decide to vibrate like the version we've always thought we were. And that's in knowing and not really knowing. So once we get into a space where we understand who we are, then that person, that version that we have always been searching for in other things and other people, once we find that in us, then the whole thing changes. We are the veritable, the ingredient, the plan. We are it all. Once we get into a space where we understand how valuable, important, and amazing we are the missing link for anything that we need to do. Only to you as a person. I can't be a missing link for somebody else. I am the missing link for my plans and whatever it is that I feel led and chose to do before I came. I am the key, the blueprint. I am the treasure. I am all of it. So external seeking versus internal resonance. Let's talk about that. We often believe that the answers live outside of us. Teachers, groups, programs, systems, while they are helpful, other people have been through their journey and they have gained insight, wisdom, and it's great to tap in and connect with that information. Very, very great. But sometimes those can be substitutes for personal truth. When you align with yourself first, again, we that's going to be a big thing. We talk about just aligning, being in love, and being in joy with yourself. Once you do that first, those connections become reflections, not dependencies. So now it is great to connect with somebody instead of, oh, I need to be in this place, or I gotta be in this place. No, not necessarily. Not necessarily. We already have the tools and everything that we need to better move forward. And I'm not saying you don't need additional information for, topics. Like if you want to go to school and do something, because you need that to hone your craft, that's what you do. But again, everything is out of alignment. Nothing's out of desperation and need and looking at it from, if I get this, I will be whole, or I will get this. Because that's what we've been taught and we've been groomed to think, especially about school and especially about different places. But if you are in alignment with yourself in everything that we do, I'm talking about everything that we do, the way that things unfold for us, you'll be so amazed. And even your perspective on things, it'll just shock you. It'll just change how life presents itself to you. Your power isn't out there. It's inside. It's inside of you. No matter what you want to do, the fuel, the energy to do those things is already here. You just got to move some trauma, move some issues, move some different things that are blocking you. You have to move those things so you can get to the real power. Tap into that core. And once you do that, again, things will start happening for you. Things will start moving. Things will start unlocking for you. And you'll be in a space where, I'm telling you, the way things unfold, the way things happen for you, you'll be shocked and very surprised. And then you get to a point where you just expect it. Because it's going to be different at first. The illusion of needing more. The idea that you're just one more book, one more course away. You're not. Those are great tools and great things that add to your knowledge. Because I'm not saying if you want to know about, space, you don't necessarily know all the knowledge about that. You can read books and different things, or if you want to take a course and something, go back to school and do something. Yes, do those things. But all I'm saying is not do those things in a space where you feeling like you are missing something. Since you don't have that knowledge, that you're missing something. No, you're not missing anything. You are already great and amazing, no matter what. The addition to almost ready energy. Like, I'm almost there. I'm almost there. And that's how sometimes we talk to ourselves. Well, I'm almost here. I'm almost about to get it. I'm almost. In my opinion, the best way to move about it is that this is just additional information to just help me know more about a topic and empower me even more. But I'm already empowered. But it's just to empower me on the topic. I'm already empowered. Because if you want to do carpentry, I don't know anything about carpentry like that. But the way that I think about myself, I can learn anything. And I go into that field with confidence and love for myself. So now I have patience with myself. So now I can get these different physical tools, add them to my spiritual tools. And then again, I don't know how for everybody it's going to show up different. Some people are faster learners. Some people are hands-on learners. Some people are visual. Everybody is different with the different tools they have in the toolbox. And that's perfectly fine. That's why it's important for you to learn yourself, know yourself, because now you can apply the way you learn, the way you go about situations. You can apply because you know you, and you don't have to. Granted, they present it in a way, okay, cool, but I know I can flip it, take it, because I know how I know how I got to ingest it, and then I can able to master it the way I master it. Because once you have that confidence in yourself, and once you're able to master a topic the way you master it, now you get to do it the way you want to do it. Now it becomes fun. It's not in a space where it's grueling or, oh my God, I got to do this. It's fun now because one, you know how you learn, you understand how to adapt it and flip it and put it in a way that makes sense for you. Now, there's no stopping you in anything that you do in regards to that topic and that situation. You're not incomplete. You're just underground in your current. So now things are just, flowing. Because things are flowing regardless. And then you keep them buried. And that's just because we haven't done the work, shadow work, healing, trauma work. All those things factor into how we hide and how we dim our light. So once it takes time. But once you start to work on it, you'll find that things are more easily manageable in your mind. And then you're able to put whatever you need to put out and do the things you need to do once you start. You just got to start. Once you start And consistency is key. Once you start and being consistent, you'll definitely see the results of how things open up for you. Embodiment starts when we stop asking, am I ready? And start saying, I'm here. Just get out of, in my opinion, just get out of the mind frame or, oh, am I ready to do this? Again, once you know who you are and where you're at each moment, you won't have to know if you're ready. You won't have to ask that question, am I ready? You know you are. You know you are. Embodying the signal. You're always broadcasting something, whether consciously or unconsciously. It doesn't matter what. Everything's frequency. Everything is vibration. Everything is. So what's coming out of you, something's always coming out. Something's always coming out. You're always pushing out a signal. What is that signal going to be? That's why the work and everything is so pivotal, because now that I can put out this energy of, I'm ready for whatever, in greatness, well-being, and all the things that I want to do. Now, when you are ready in that regard, you will see how things change up for you. But then when you're thinking and lacking, you're thinking in ways where, man, I don't know if this is going to work, or this might work, or, it's just a different kind of energy. It's an energy of lack. And then because then once you do that, then you get in a space when things happen for you, because things can still happen for you when you think like that. But then when they do come, now you feel like, oh my God, this shouldn't happen to me, or this happened for me. Am I worthy of this? See, and it's a crazy circle. So you wanted something. You didn't think it was going to happen. For whatever reason, it ended up happening. Now you saying, oh, maybe this shouldn't happen for me. Now I'm feeling like, oh, this is, why me? Why they choose me? Why they choose me? Why would you ask that? Because you're still in a space of trauma. You're still in a space, you got this, whatever it was, out of necessity. Like, I needed this. Like I was saying, no, you're needy. Am I ready? No, you're always ready. So if you're always ready, you always know that good things and great things are supposed to happen for you. When they do, it's just an expectation. And some people may think that's ego, and some people may think, oh, you're being, too arrogant. You should be appreciative. I am appreciative. I stand in gratitude all the time. But great things aren't supposed to happen for me, no matter what. That's just to me, that's the energy to move around, because that just helps you understand the greatness inside of you. So now when you do things, you do them out of confidence. True alignment doesn't scream, it signals. Just like what we were talking about. It signals. It doesn't yell, doesn't have to be over the top. It don't have to do any of that. It just signals. It signals. What does a red light indicate when you're driving? Stop. That's the signal. Stop. When you're driving and you want to get over, for most people, you use your indicator, and that tells other cars around you, I'm getting over. A signal. So you get over. Same principle. It's just you doing it vibrationally. So you do it vibrationally, and everything's coming to you. Everything's coming. You send out the signal. And then when good things come and great things come, or things fall in place, of course it did. It's supposed to. I wanted good things to happen to me. And it's funny to me when people, because even I was at work, and we had a crazy busy day. And then we had a couple challenges that come up, and some of the guys was like, oh my God, I can't believe this happened. I said, let's not worry about it. Let's not worry about it. We'll get it done. We'll get it completed. Well, what's going to happen with it? I said, don't worry about it. They went to go do what they was doing, and then they came back, and this was like towards the middle of the day now, and it was like, hey, so what we going to do about this? I said, it's already handled. The situation already handled. And I was like, wow, that was quick. And I'm thinking to myself, sure, quick, slow, fast, it doesn't matter. Because I already knew the solution when they was coming in talking about it. I already knew, I'm going to have to do this. That's the idea that came to my head. So we were doing some work on a car. We had an issue happen. And then as soon as it happened, I said, what can I do? I said it to myself. And then the idea dropped in me. Okay, cool, let's do this. And if we can't do that, then we'll have to do this. See, it's already processing in my head. But I had some other stuff I had to do. So when it came up to me, freaking out. Okay, cool. Blah, blah, blah. I'll let people do their thing. You want to freak out? Go ahead. Again, observe and not absorb. It's hard sometimes, but that's the move for me. So they, panicked, and I, was like, okay, cool. Blah, blah, blah. Got that situated, and then everything worked out. And that's just my expectation. And they asked me about it, and the reason why I brought that up, because they asked me about it later. It was like, man, how'd you figure that out? I was like, I'll be honest with you, man, I didn't really think it was a problem. I was just thinking that the solution is already here in my head. That's what I was thinking. They asked me, so I told them. I was just looking at me funny. That's just how I think. I don't even see problems. I see the solutions always coming. It's either coming or here. That's just how I think. So when you go out through your day, when you wake up, meditation, prayer, whatever you do, to me, it'll be helpful to ask, what frequency am I feeling today? You don't even have to call it frequency. You can just ask, what am I feeling today? How am I feeling today? Ask that question. Ask that. Like I say, depending on what you want to use, however you want to word it, but just ask or lock in to, what am I casting out today? How am I feeling? Am I feeling joyful? And then why am I not feeling joyful? Maybe I got more bills than money. Maybe I had a loved one that passed. Maybe I've had a very difficult life in dealing with emotional problems and all these different things. You only can start at whatever now moment you are at. Whatever now moment. Like now. You can start now. So once you ask yourself that question and get into a space on how am I feeling, then if you can truthfully answer that, how do you change it? I'm not talking about anything external. I'm only talking about internal. Because you're going to still have more bills than money with a negative mindset, or you can have a positive mindset that a solution is coming. How do I find a solution? Or what can I do? What can I do? Ask for, again, if you pray, if you ask for help from your guides, they are waiting. They are waiting to help you. But you got to ask one, and you got to be in the mode of receiving. You have to. That's just what I believe. And I don't care what your faith is. Every faith talks about a higher realms. So if you can believe it, you can ask it, and be in the mode of receiving. Be in the mode of receiving. So let's talk about mentors and community. From overflow and not need. To me, this is a real big one, especially with this wave. They call it new spirituality or the new age, but it's really not. It's really old and ancient, especially for, Black people. Really anybody. If you go back, because I just don't believe 6,000 years is where, our existence started. I think we were way, way, way older than that. But even then, our ancestors of any race. What do they tap into? They tap into the energies of the earth, nature, spirits. That's what they tapped into. So the way that it's coming back now it's coming back. It's coming back. People are reading more. People are asking more questions and understanding who they are and why they do the things that they do. And sometimes, well, no, a lot of times, at least from my experience and, people I've been around in, church and everything, the questions can't get answered or they won't get answered, at least from not a space where you feel like, okay, that makes sense to me or I can move forward. That's just from my experience. So mentors and communities, we just got to be careful about how we go about going into them, because again, when we were raised a certain way from our parents or from people that raised us, then we get a program, we get a mindset, we get ideology about how religion or spirituality or self-care, how that should be. And a lot of times it is pushing the power from us to someone that's outside. And that's with anything. That's with anything. Again, if you're so good with you understand that I want this information is being drawn to me for information so I can apply it and enhance my knowledge, my wisdom on a topic. And that's great. You still can be who you are, walking with confidence, strength, and power. You still can be that person. Even if you're taking a class or you did get connected with somebody that has some knowledge about some different things that you just connected with, but you don't see them as more than you. You don't see them as I need them in my life. This is just my opinion. Again, I don't think you don't have to think like that. Granted, somebody can be a blessing. Somebody can be, y'all can connect and y'all have great synergy and y'all can move and build and do these different things, partner and create companies and create infrastructures and build and do all these things. That is great. That is wonderful. But please do not do those things out of lack, out of underestimating yourself, because what you're going to end up doing is putting somebody on a pedestal and thinking that they are higher and better than you, and they are not. They are not. You are valuable. You have insight. You have keys. You got a strategic mind. You are powerful with how you move and how you think and how you can put things together and how you can solve problems. Believe that about yourself. Believe it. Believe it, because the way you do it is unique, and the way that you go about it and the way that you think about it is very important to whatever room you in. You're very important. Just see yourself as that. Just see yourself. Don't even think. I don't care if you are in the room, if you are in the space. You are not a little bit important. You're not alright. You are very, very important. Again, that's just telling you, once you think like that, you know how to prove yourself. You prove yourself to you. How about that? If you want to prove yourself to somebody, prove yourself to you. Prove yourself right. Like, okay, yeah, I knew I could do this. I knew I could do this. Again, if you need help, different things, do those things. But being in the space where you're needy, you feel like you are missing something and you are in lack, to me, it's the wrong way to go about it. The right mentors and spaces amplify your truth. Again, your truth. Your truth. Your truth is, what is it? What is your truth? And then somebody could say, well, I don't know the information. Okay. That's fine. I need help. Okay. Again, it's fine. To me, it's fine that you want assistance and you want clarity and you want to gain some knowledge, perfectly fine, perfectly fine. But not out of, I need this or I am less than because I don't have the information. To me, that's just the wrong way. That's the wrong way to go about it. So that being the right mentors and spaces amplify your truth, not define it. Find connections from a place of wholeness, not emptiness. That's powerful right there. Find connection from a place of wholeness. That's even with friends and even with anything that you do, in my opinion. You find connection from wholeness. I am whole. I am a whole person with a sound mind and clarity and vision. So now when I go into any space or when I move, then I don't do this because I'm empty and I'm yearning for something. Or I mean, you could be a person that loves to read and have knowledge. That's perfectly fine and completely, great that you do that. But again, that's just part of your makeup and that part of what makes you amazing. That's just what that does. You're not following someone else's light. You're letting yours burn brighter. You're letting yours burn brighter beside theirs. That's all you're doing. Co-creating, co-creation. That's what you're doing. You are co-creating with someone for whatever concept, whatever business, whatever spiritual teachings, yoga, fitness, music, other art activities, painting, sculpting, whatever it is, you are co-creating. And as you build and learn, you're just putting more coal and more embers in your internal fire, and now you're shining. You're glowing. You're glowing because you're in a space where you're happy, you're excited, because you know who you are. Again, don't let yourself get into a situation where you have an identity crisis because you don't know who you are. Co-creation works best when everyone is anchored in their own inner compass. When you know how you roll, you won't have to, let's say, worry about, oh man, I hope they get this. I hope they do this. No, you just roll how you roll. Again, you will see and you will understand if this is truly aligned because you are aligned with yourself and you value yourself. And then some people may say, well, what if I really need a job? I really need a job. This job is paying me, more money than I ever made, or the type of money I need to make to, be able to sustain and live the lifestyle I want to live, but I don't necessarily like it. So now you can't hold resistance because if this was presented to you at this moment, maybe you need to be there for whatever reason. Again, it is about knowing yourself, understanding who you are. And once you understand who you are and your power, then you will look at things different. So now you won't hold no resistance to where you are. Again, it always starts with now. Where are you at right now? This very moment. Do a whole checklist. Where am I at emotionally? Where am I at with how I think? Where am I at with my traumas, my triggers? Where am I at right now with how I move and operate? Where's my confidence at? Why is it less than I feel it should be? What do I need to work on to get there? That's just all the internal stuff. Now you can do this stuff about, okay, where am I at relationally? My relationship. Where am I at, my kids, my family, all those different things. Now you can start to do, a tally on all those different areas. And once you start to do that, then you can see, okay, this is where I'm at. Is this where I want to be? And if it's not, then you got to start somewhere and start to change how you see those situations. Why do I not have a great relationship? Ask yourself that. What are you doing to cause that situation to be less than what you think it is? every situation is like that. You do an evaluation, you understand where it is now, and if you want to make improvements, how do you make improvements on your end of it? And that's all you can do. That is all that you can do. You might not be a leader, but you are still a lighthouse. And I get that because I don't necessarily like I used to say this, and I used to say this because of a lack of understanding who I was. I used to say, I don't want to be a leader because I really don't want to be like in a pulpit or anything like that. But there's different ways to lead, and there's different ways to, because I still was doing things, you know, helping people, being in spaces where somebody needs some help, or stepping in, giving information, strategizing, helping people organize different things. I mean, that's what a leader does, you know. So don't second guess yourself when you already doing things. If you want to say, no, I'm not a leader, but you're looking like a leader, you're moving like a leader, you are planning like a leader, you are strategizing like a leader, I hate to tell you, but you're a leader. So understand, and I get it. You may not want to be in the forefront like that, and that's, perfectly fine. But still, don't dim and diminish who you are. You don't have to call yourself a leader. You can just call yourself, I am really good at, strategizing and helping people and putting things in place and planning. I'm good at it. You can just say that, or whatever that is for you. Whatever that is for you, say it and be confident in it. Create you a 1-sentence phrase that you can say anytime, because I'm telling you, once you start doing this work and once you start, moving in power, confidence, and being in control, because you just understand who you are, the old program is going to show up. You don't have to plug into it, but you may need something that anchor you back, because it's going to play. It's going to play. It's going to play. Do trust it's going to play. It's going to come back. You're going to have something happen, and something is going to play that, oh no, you can't, you deserve this. You deserve this. I'm telling you, this is not even coming from outside. This is coming from inside of you that is saying that, this, this too big for you. Is this too big for me? And I'm telling you, it may be loud. It may be medium. It may be a whisper, or it may be just a feeling like, I don't know about that. You got that? You got this? Whatever's gonna come. I'm telling you, it's gonna come. Someone's gonna tell you, whatever trauma trigger, whatever thing that you've been dealing with or have dealt with, it's gonna come back. Now, it may not be as loud, and you may not feel it as strong, because you feel things in your body. You believe it or not, whenever you have those doubts and whenever you have those situations where you feel less than, and like something good happens and you feel like, oh, can I handle this? You feel it in your body. You don't really notice it, or you may not notice it at all, but you feel it comes through physically. It comes through physically. So, and I only know that because now whenever things happen or situations work out and the program plays, it doesn't wash over me like it used to. It doesn't. I can feel it though. I can feel like, oh, okay. Like when I say feel it, I guess it's more of a notice it. I don't really feel it, and that's what I'm getting at. I don't feel it anymore, like in my body, so I'm not connected to it, but I still can see it playing like in my mind. Because almost like if we have multiple screens, and my main screens are my daily life, and then there's one screen that's not on, it's not working, it's not on at all actually, but then something happens and then the flicker on, boom, no sound, no nothing, it's playing, but I know what it's playing, and it's saying, oh, you got this, this and that, or you ain't never done that before. But again, it's just playing. I'm good. I don't even plug into it. I'm good. But it's going to happen that way. It's going to happen that way. You don't need a title, a mic, or a following to be influential. When you walk your path, your truth, your presence teaches. I'm telling you, your presence teaches. When you walk your truth and be in whatever presence, be in your presence, I'm telling you, you teach without teaching. You calibrate without you even realizing you calibrating people or recalibrating or whatever. When you're in your truth, your presence teaches. Situations happen and you handle it. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people in the spiritual community, B-Dale, he is a young dude that's on top of it, smart, intelligent. He definitely is tapped into this esoteric and occult and different kind of perspectives. Really smart dude. I met him a couple of times at Brother Rich Black Magic 363 events, and sharp brother. But he had a situation with God, I can't remember old boy name. I think his name is Unk 607, something like that. And this is what I mean, that your presence teaches. They was on a live, and they kind of got into it a little bit. And then Unk was just going in on B there, like cussing him out and everything, gave him the finger and logged off. He came back though, and during this time though, B-Dale is, of course he can't just let somebody, say what they want to say to you. You're not going to say nothing. Of course he was but he wasn't disrespectful at all. Like at all. He was cool, calm, collected, like for real. And boy was saying some wild stuff to him. Some wild stuff. But he was cool. It was cool. But then, so he always logged off. And B-Dale, it was three of them. B-Dale and the other guy was just building. Then old boy came back. And he came back and said, I had to come back. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want that karma to repeat itself, because if I didn't want this lesson then, I would have had to repeat it, because he didn't do to me, the main thing he said that was like powerful, real powerful. He didn't do nothing to me. And that, to me, that was very powerful, because we get triggered for situations and we don't see that this person really didn't do nothing to me. Why am I mad at them? If I didn't agree about something they said, cool, but they really didn't do anything to me. So that's what I mean, your presence. And then to me, if B-Dale wasn't as calm and collected, because he understand who he was and who he is. So why be rattled when someone is obviously, my presence is irritating something about them? Because if you didn't clearly do nothing to somebody's coming at you for whatever, again, chill. No need to get into whatever they want you to get into. Just chill. Of course, you can't let nobody put their hands on you or do anything like that. I'm not saying that, but it shouldn't have to get to that. Not at all. Not at all. So that's what I mean. Your presence teaches. Your presence teaches people how to deal with you, because you are in a space where you deal with yourself so kindly and so powerfully. You just deal with you deal with you the way you deal with you. I'm telling you, the people cannot even, they'll start treating you different. They will. They really will. Even if people wanted to treat you one way because of what you look like, if they wanted to, they couldn't. They couldn't. They may not even say that much to you, because they wanted to treat you one way, and you come how you come, you vibrate high, and they might not even say that much to you. And you would think, hey, what's wrong with them? They had a different agenda, but when they finally got in your presence, the agenda they had, they couldn't do it, so now they don't know what to do. They may have heard about you, or they may have just had a perception by seeing you. And once they got into your presence, there's nothing they could do. They couldn't even really say nothing. They couldn't. They could not. I'm telling you, when you're happy and joyful with yourself, people can't, it's going to be, of course, things may still happen. You may have still contention with some people, but you still handle that well. I'm telling you, they can't. I'm telling you from real experience. They cannot. They are going to either be silent or they'll just change the way that they're going to approach you. I'm telling you, it happens to me all the time. People think a certain way about me. And then when I'm talking and I'm going about whatever the business I'm doing or whatever I'm doing, or even just small talk, it's like, it's different. It's different. I'm telling you. The way you smile, listen, move, it all calibrates others silently. Exactly. It does. It does. You never know who's watching. You live in alignment and realizing I can do this. This is leadership through frequency, not performance, but presence. You were never meant to chase the path. You are meant to become it. You are not waiting for a light. You are the light. You are already it. You don't need a mentor to choose you. You don't need a moment to find you. You don't need proof to believe in what's already within you. You are the frequency. And when you decide to live, when we decide to live in that vibration consistently, the world doesn't just reflect it, it reshapes itself around you. And that's the part I want us to understand. That when you start moving like this, then the way things show up, it's going to be a lot different. So be ready, be in anticipation, and be confident. So keep walking, keep aligning, keep becoming the very thing you once thought you had to search for. You don't have to search for it outside you. It's all in. You are your own invitation, your own shift, your own signal. And as you rise, others will too. Not because you forced it, but because your light made it feel possible. Go into the day smiling, grounded, and fully aware. You didn't just listen to this message, you are the message. Welcome to your new frequency. All right. Y'all have a wonderful and amazing day, week, life. Just have an amazing life. That's all I can tell you. Have an amazing life. Love yourself so you can love others. Ashe.